Hi guys, it's Jess and welcome back to my channel, and once again I am back with another book tag video. I know I'm really basic, but I really enjoy doing tag videos, and this one is the Reading Habits book tag. Alright, so the Reading Habits book tag, this one looked like a lot of fun, and I've seen a few people do this over the last few months actually, and the questions seem really cool, so I thought I would just have a go myself. I'll leave the questions down below for you guys if you want to make the video as well, but without further ado, let's get into the questions. So the first question is, do you have a certain place at home for reading? And yes, I do. I like to sit in the living room on the sofa. There is this corner of the sofa that I like to sit, and it's by the window. So our house is south facing, so we always have sunshine coming through our windows, which is amazing, especially because we don't have a garden. So when it's nice outside, I like to sit on the sofa in that corner by the window, have all the windows open and the sun is shining, and it's just really nice. I also like to cozy up in that corner at night. So that is probably where I do most of my reading, but I do like to read in bed, particularly in the morning. I'm lucky that I don't have a job that requires me to be up early. I only ever start work at like 11:30. That's the earliest I would start work. So I always have a bit of time in the morning to just chill out in bed and read. So I like to read there as well. So question 2 is bookmark or random piece of paper. I mean, I like bookmarks. I don't have many bookmarks anymore, but I used to have loads. And I do tend to use bookmarks quite a lot, but if I don't have a bookmark with me, I will use a random piece of paper, or I do dog ear sometimes. I know that's very controversial. Someone's going to send me a lot of hate for that now. I don't really dog ear that much anymore, but yeah, I do prefer bookmarks, and you do get loads of pretty bookmarks these days, so I'm thinking of investing in some more good sturdy bookmarks, especially if I'm reading like multiple books at once. Yeah. So question 3 is, can you just stop reading, or do you have to stop after a chapter / certain amount of pages? It depends what mood I'm in, and it depends what I'm reading. If a chapter is really, really long, I will probably stop after that chapter just to give myself a break. But yeah, it really depends on a number of things, like how I'm feeling, the type of book that I'm reading, what I'm doing in the day. You know, sometimes I can just sit and read and read and read. Other times, you know, I do have to take a bit of a break. It really just depends, but normally I like to end on a chapter and then put the book down. You know, if I do have to stop reading, I don't like leaving it in the middle of a chapter, unless that chapter's really long. You know, sometimes you do get breaks in the chapters, which is quite nice. But yeah, generally, you know, if I'm putting the book down, I'll try and finish the chapter first. But it just depends. The next question is, do you eat or drink while reading? I drink tea. I like to have a nice cup of Earl Grey or English breakfast while I'm reading. That is my go-to reading beverage. Occasionally I will have a hot chocolate, like at night time, you know, if I'm at home on my day off. I like to have a hot chocolate before bed and read. I used to drink alcohol quite a lot, but I've stopped doing that now. But I used to love having a cheeky glass of wine, particularly a New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc, because that's the only acceptable form of wine. I used to like having a glass of Sauvignon while reading as well, but I don't do that anymore. But yeah, I don't eat because I don't like to get crumbs in my pages and like sticky fingers and things, so I'll probably eat first and then read. but I don't mind having a cup of tea or two while I'm invested in a good book. Question 5 is multitasking, music or TV while reading. I cannot do 2 things at once. I can't read if I can hear talking or singing or any kind of noise that would pull me away from the book. I mean, I do sometimes, like if I'm sat in the living room, I will probably have the telly on as like background picture, like moving wallpaper, that's the term, and I'll have it on mute. But I've stopped doing that recently because like there's no need to do that, it's just wasting electricity. And you know, like if it's on and I see something, I might just get distracted. I don't really listen to music when I read, but I have started listening to like instrumental music while reading. It works really well with like fantasy books and things because it kind of helps me immerse myself in the world a little bit more. It kind of enhances the experience. But generally I just like to read in silence. You know, if I can hear my boyfriend on the phone or if I can hear him playing his games, it kind of like pulls me away from the book a little bit, so I kind of have to just, you know, close the door or put my earplugs in or something. But yeah, I'm not very good at reading while other things are going on. So question 6 is one book at a time or several at once. I always used to be a one book at a time kind of girl, but recently, I want to say in like the past year or so, I have been known to kind of have like 2 or 3 books on the go, because usually I would have like, I haven't done this in a while, but I used to have like a book for the morning, a book for the day, and then a book at night. And the book for the morning would just be, you know, something that was like on my phone or something on my Kindle that I could just pick up and read while I was in bed. And then my book for the day would be like, I don't know, like a big book, fantasy or whatever I was reading at the time. And then at night I would have something quite easy, something that could help me wind down with. And I used to do that for a little while. And then I also used to have like, I went through a phase of having like books in different formats. So I'd have like a physical book to read and then an audio book to listen to while I was like out walking or cleaning or something, and then a book on my phone that I could like read when I was like on my work break or stuff like that. But I haven't really been doing that lately. I've been in a bit of a reading slump, so I've kind of just been reading what I want to read and just focusing on that book, because sometimes I do feel a little bit overwhelmed. But it really does depend. Like, I'm not against reading multiple books all at once, but I don't really know how you guys can read like 8 or 9 books all at once. Like, that's just crazy. I feel like I would get confused. But yeah, it really depends. The next question is reading at home or everywhere. I prefer to read at home. I don't really read anywhere else. I mean, for the past year, I've only ever really done my reading at home anyway because of lockdown. But yeah, I like to read at home because I can just be comfortable. You know, it's my safe space. I don't have to worry about, you know, other distractions. I do read at work sometimes, like I'll read on my work break. But it's kind of difficult, especially if the restaurant is busy, you know, and you can hear that hustle and bustle in the background. So sometimes I do take myself off to my car and read, but generally I just prefer to read at home. You know, sometimes if I'm out and about, I'll put an audiobook or a podcast on, but there's no better place than reading at home on my lovely sofa with my cup of tea. Question 8 is reading out loud or silently in your head. I am a silent reader. I don't read out loud because I've never really felt like I needed to. I know some people do read out loud for a numerous amount of reasons, like it helps them focus or it's just a habit they've picked up. But yeah, I read silently in my head, and yeah, like just the idea of reading out loud embarrasses me a little bit. I don't know why, because you know, if that's what you do, that's what you do. But yeah. Question 9 is, do you read ahead or ever skip pages? I used to do that. If I was reading like a big fantasy book, sometimes I would do that just so I could like, get to the end. I don't really do it anymore because I just like to take my time and read everything. But if a book is really boring me, or if there's, you know, like certain passages that just don't seem relevant to me, I will skim over them and try and get to the good stuff. But generally I just kind of like try and read every single word, or as much of it as I can. Question 10 is breaking the spine or keeping it new. I break my spines. I'm sorry guys, I mean like all of my books have cracked spines, all my paperbacks have cracked spines because I just like to have them completely open. Obviously, like I love how brand new books look, you know, they look pristine and perfect and beautiful. But I also like the aesthetic of a worn out book, you know, a book that has a cracked spine and bent cover and peeling pages and things like that, because to me it means that it's, you know, it's been read and it's been enjoyed and loved. And yeah, so I crack my spines and I love all of them. I think they look, you know, really cool. I don't know, that's just me. And the last question is, do you write in your books? And no, I don't write in my books. I don't have the courage to do that. I have thought about it, you know, because I know people do write in their books, and I have thought about it, and I kind of do like the aesthetic sometimes, but I can't. I'm not brave enough, you know, like I feel like I'll ruin a masterpiece with my horrible handwriting. But I have started annotating my books in the sense that I have started using the tabs so that I can mark things that I like, and I have started using sticky notes. I got some transparent sticky notes that I can write on and then stick on the page of a book. So that's as far as I am willing to go right now. But I don't know, like maybe in the future I might be writing in my books. I'm not against it, it's just I'm not at that stage. I don't know if I ever will be, but who knows. Alright guys, so those were the questions to the Reading Habits book tag. I thought these questions were really fun, and it just gives you guys a little bit of an insight into what I am like as a reader. That's it for this video. Please feel free to let me know in the comments down below your answers to any of these questions and whether you agree with me or not, if you like to eat and drink while reading, or if you're like me and you don't like to eat while reading. I would love to hear your opinions. Please leave a cheeky thumbs up if you like this video, and please subscribe to my channel so you can see more videos from me in the future. And as always, I will see you all in my next video very soon. Bye guys!